tonight, let's talk about aliens. They live among us and they have been doing so for years. They are an advanced species, they're highly intelligent, and they hide in a secret base here on Earth by disguising themselves as humans. Sounds like the plot of Men in Black. Maybe the movie was ahead of its time because a new study says that this could be true. We're not making this up. A study has been conducted by researchers at the Harvard University, and they say aliens may be walking among humans as humans. Researchers have three hypotheses. First, aliens have come from a different time period or planet. Second, they have evolved on Earth but separately from humans. And third, they come from an ancient civilization that was not completely destroyed. The study also says that aliens possibly function out of a secret location. They could be living underground or in multiple regions on Earth that Gen Z would probably call sus, meaning suspicious. Like the Alaskan Triangle, which has been dubbed Alaska's Bermuda Triangle. Some experts claim that it has been ground zero for unexplained events, including more than 20,000 disappearances since the 1970s. Yes, it all sounds like a conspiracy theory at best, so understandably, the study is raising a lot of eyebrows. And the researchers get it. They concede that these theories are hard to sell, especially in the scientific community. And the paper has yet to be peer-reviewed, so take it with a pinch of salt. But the goal here is not to unsettle scientists. It is to ask questions, because aliens are having a moment. Over the past few years, pilots say they have seen extraterrestrial beings. The Pentagon has a new office to look into sightings. Governments have held hearings. NASA has gotten involved, and UFOs have been rebranded. They're no longer called unidentified flying objects or UFOs. They are now unidentified anomalous phenomena. So far, so complicated. But the thing is, despite the shebang, we still don't know enough about aliens. So the study means to take the discussion forward. It wants to ask questions about unidentified observations made around the world every year.
Beep beep, so let me connect the dots for the people on the slow bus, right? You don't see where this is going? I told y'all before. I showed y'all before. Right? I showed people before. It's very simple. I've published, you can go look at the dreams I've published, the precognitive dreams. There's a base under a place called what is it? Cape May, New Jersey. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. In Cape May, New Jersey, it's an old military base, U.S. World War II military base. It's shut down. I had a dream about this like 10 years ago. Underneath that base, underneath that old base is an entrance. It's a base right under the East Coast, where they're experimenting, they're creating, Jurassic Park, probably aliens, all that kind of shit, hybrids, different things there, right? I've said this 10 years, I said this 10, maybe 15 years ago. I told people exactly where the base is. And of course no one will believe that. But the reason I believe it is because when I had the precognitive dream, at this point I wasn't studying psychic phenomena. This was before I started studying remote viewing. This is what drove me to study RV. Before, that was one of the dreams. That was the second dream that inspired me to start studying psychic events. I didn't know anything about this. I had a dream about this place, and in a dream I was taken to this place, I was shown the street sign, and then I was taken underground and shown the base and the spirit. And when I woke up, I was in a bed with my girlfriend, right? And I told her about what was happening. I woke up, I was kind of frantic or whatever. It was early in the morning, and I woke her up and I told her. She told me to look the place up. Mind you, I've never heard of that place before. When I looked it up, it existed. And she said, you should write that down. She said, that's probably something to that. Now fast forward, you have these people saying there are underground bases, aliens, etc. Blah blah blah. Now, so I've known this, and then there was a guy named Phil. He did a thing on deep underground military bases. Phil Snyder. Go look at his old. They're like 20 years old. He was killed. Phil Snyder. He was a geologist, right? Talking about underground bases and aliens being underground. Now you have everybody, Harvard coming out saying the aliens are here. They live on bases. Blah blah blah. They're Harvard science. They're here. They're walking around. They're probably underground bases. Trying to speculate what the deal is with all these aliens that are here and running around. Right? What's the connections? Now that we know they're here, mind you, 2 years ago, was it maybe 3 years ago, there was this man on your screen. 2 stories came out on NBC News. Israel's former space security chief claims alien exists and Trump knows it. So he gives an interview. Who is this man, right? Who's this guy? Is he some clown or whatever? Let's read about the guy that gave the interview about Trump. His name is Chaim Ashed. He's an Israeli Jew. Think that's a coincidence? Look around you at what's going on right now. Chaim Ashed, right? Chaim Ashed, an Israeli visiting professor of aeronautics and astronautics. Not a lightweight, a professor of aeronautics, right? An aeronautics engineer at various technology research institutions, not one but multiple, right? Who is visiting, I guess, the United States as well as Israel and other places. So he's not just a, one-trick pony in Israel. He's traveling around the world as a aeronautics engineer and professor. A retired brigadier general as well in the IDF military intelligence wing. I believe he was the director. He was a chief of the Israeli military intelligence for aeronautics. He was also the director of space programs for Israeli Ministry of Defense for 30 years. 30 years. And a chair of the Space Committee. Do I need to read that again, who this guy is? This motherfucking resume, longer than your arm. Now, what did this man say? I'm going to paraphrase. I'm not going to pull a whole interview. He said, he gave an interview. Why? I don't know. He said Donald Trump knows and was going to reveal the space alien situation, and Trump did that. He actually did it. In the last bill he passed before he left, he actually did what the man said. He said he was going to start to reveal the UFO alien programs in the United States government, right? And there's a reason why. And he went on to say in the interview, you can read it. I'll link the interview with Chaim Ashed. I'll link the interview if you don't believe it. And he went on to say that Trump read he got all the documents, read it, and was going to reveal it, which he did. Go look at everything happening now with UFOs came from Donald Trump. Also, the legalization of weed, right? All that's coming from Donald Trump, which is weird. But anyway, what did Ashed go on to say? Ashed went on to say that there are alien bases under the ocean. There are alien bases underground, and they're all around the U.S. and the world. And there are alien bases on the moon and Mars. Chaim Ashed, the man on your screen, I read you his resume. You can watch his interview for yourself, listen in his own words. Now, what motivated him to reveal all this top secret information? And nothing happened to him. He was, obviously that information is probably top secret. No one ever commented on it from the military, whether the IDF or the U.S. No one ever commented on what this man said in the interview that he gave to Haaretz, which was picked up by NBC News. No one. Not one single, I couldn't find one single person from official channels that even would dignify what he said with a comment. Why do you think that is? That nobody wanted to talk about what he said? It's always, probably people saying, well, he's just an old man now. He's a crazy old man. He's probably suffering from dementia, right? He's not that old. Maybe he's like 75, 70 years old or whatever. He's not that old. They say, oh, he's suffering from, I think somebody made a comment. That man's probably suffering from dementia. But nobody ever officially made a comment about it. Why do you think that is? Because he's telling the truth. Now, 3 years later, after he gives that interview, right, Harvard comes out, who's running a space alien program to detect aliens on Earth and in space. They come out and release a report and say that what he said was absolutely correct, basically. But he's a crazy old man with a resume longer than John Holmes' dick, right? They come out and say, this man, what he said was 100% correct. Everybody crazy? I'm crazy, Trump's crazy, Chaim Shea, the Bible is crazy. Now I'm going to tie this in. Let's connect the dots. See, now it's about to get biblical. You see? It's about to get biblical. This is about the Antichrist. This is about World War III. This is about the last days of this cycle of the planet Earth that you're witnessing taking place right now. You see? A lot of people don't even know how Michelle gave this interview. A lot of people haven't seen, NBC pick up this. I'm telling you, watch it. You have to connect the dots. Nobody's gonna read it for you. Everybody like me, I do research and I talk about it. But you should do your own research. You should be interested in something other than just Kim Kardashian or Beyonce or whatever it is that you're looking at, or Cardi B. Because soon none of that's going to matter. And what really matters, you're not going to be able to figure it out until it's too late and it hits you like a freight train and runs over you, which will be in the next few months to the next couple of years, right? It's not going to be just one. You'll just be hit by several freight trains. Civil War, World War, aliens, you know what I mean? The alien Antichrist and his armies. This is go time now. Let's connect the dots. Why are they publishing all these stories saying that Harvard has verified that there are aliens are on Earth? Because they are here and they've been through it. They're walking around camouflaged. The camouflage is getting ready to break. That's why. See, my theory is there may be a CME or something coming. And when they can't control it. They can't control sun CMEs and predict it to that degree, and something's going to happen, CME goes off, it's going to fry all the electrics. These people aren't magical beings. They just have advanced technology. If you had infrared glasses, you could see them, like the movie They Live. That's what that was about. It was trying to tell you with infrared glasses, you can see the aliens. Let me say it again. The movie They Live was trying to tell you, if you had infrared glasses, it's all technology, it's not magic, then you could see these people all around you. Not people, but these creatures. And don't you think the Americans and the rest of them have the technology as well? They can cloak shit, or at least they have, they're starting to develop that cloaking technology that they got from them. They probably didn't want to give it to them, but then once they saw it, and you know what I mean, they could probably figure out some of it, and they started figuring it out. Just like in the movie, where you think that shit in the movie Predator comes from? That's real. They got that from them. The aliens are cloaking themselves. Their ships are cloaked. They are cloaked. I had a dream. In the dream, I was in Walmart. Matter of fact, I wasn't in Walmart. I never forget this dream. It was so fucking freaky. I was walking, and so I was walking, and as I walked I parked my car, and I jumped out to go into Walmart. And as I walked toward the store, all hell broke loose. You know what I mean? Like it was a fire in the store or something. And people were running, I almost got trampled with so many motherfuckers just running out, pushing, get the fuck out my way, get out of here. People running carts, all kinds of shit. It was, you know what I mean? Like it was a melee broke out in Walmart. But I was curious in the dream, like what the fuck? I couldn't see any fire. I couldn't see smoke. I couldn't see anything. So I'm wondering what the fuck is the problem. I didn't hear any gunshots. I just saw people more frantic than I've ever seen in my fucking life in this dream. I mean, these people were literally stomping each other to get out the store, pushing, going crazy, carts. So I made my way through the people over to the front door, and there was an employee. And I guess I don't know if they were trying to close the doors or what, but people would come, running out. And so I said, yo, what the fuck is wrong? I've never seen people act like this before. What the fuck is going on? And she said, it's something in the store. It's something in here. Back there in the corner. And so I walked. I don't know why. I walked into the store and I walked all the way back like automotives, some shit in the back. And up on the wall in the corner, literally sticking to the wall like a spider, like Spider-Man, was a motherfucking alien. A humanoid. But he was, I guess, extremely flexible, whatever. It was a humanoid. And I remember it had like a grayish skin. Might have been, I guess you could, like a reptoid, insectoid type motherfucker or something. But as I got closer, I was like, wow. And in the dream, I kept walking closer because I couldn't believe it. While everybody was running away, I was walking toward it. Why? Because I already knew they was here, right? So I'm not scared of no fucking aliens. They die like men. That's the thing. They're not magical or supernatural. They just have technology and they die like men. Keep your weapons and get ready to fight. Right? If you see them, that's all if they get hostile. They die like men. They're not magical. They're not Superman. They may be a little strong or whatever, but you hit them with a force multiplier. You hit them with a sword or a projectile weapon or something and they go down. Simple as that. And you can see them with infrared. But anyway, I digress. So as I walked toward this automotive section in the back of the store, I kept walking. He was up in the corner like he was scared, right? See, that's what I mean. They not, without their technology, they get afraid. And so he was in the corner like Spider-Man, like hiding. I guess, I don't know, people was throwing shit at him or whatever, right? But he was freaked out because I guess his cloaking. So what I got from what the dream was giving me was this motherfucker was walking around in Walmart amongst you, and that's what they doing now. And I'm telling you, I'm warning you, right? I'm warning you. They're walking around all around you, and they're not human, right? They're the devil that the Bible speaks of. You see? And these people are working with them. That's why Donald Trump was going to reveal it, because it's certain factions against them and certain factions that they're helping and certain factions that they're not as cooperating as much. So he said, fuck it, if you ain't going to help us, we just going to snitch on you. We're going to out you. And that's what's going on now. But anyway, so I digress. So what I got from what happened was, well, let me tell the story. So finish the dream. So as I got closer, I could see he was cowering in the corner. And when I got right up on him, he got aggressive. Like he jumped out of the corner. I whipped out a knife I had in my pocket. Boom. And when he landed, I got ready to kill him, to fight him. But I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't think he was going to do that. But when he did, I was shook. But I grabbed my knife, whipped it, because I couldn't run. He was too close. And I got ready to fight. And then I woke up. Now, what I got from that was, what happened is, that's why I said it's going to be a CME or something. Right? A huge CME coming from the sun soon. What I got from that was, he was in the store walking around. Camouflage. Nobody, because obviously, if he walked in, the people in the parking lot would panic, right? Everybody would panic as you walked in, whatever. So he was already in the store, unbeknownst by the people. He was just walking around, chilling, right? Who knows? I don't know what, maybe he was looking like a human, maybe he was totally invisible, like Predator, or maybe he had some type of camouflage that made him look human. But what happened was something happened that knocked out his camouflage. And when it knocked out his camouflage, people could see him. And it blew he was fucked. So he freaked out on them. They was throwing shit at him, running away, whatever, right? So he freaked and he climbed up on the ceiling. That camouflage is gonna fail. It's just technology. And when it does, all hell gonna break loose. Because they're not gonna be able to repair it right away. And it's gonna happen on a large scale. That's what I'm saying. Like this dude he was in Walmart somewhere, and I'm thinking it was a CME or something. And it shorted out, something like this. Something shorted out, and it's gonna probably short out all of their technology. And you'll be able to see them. Right? Because I had another dream about something happened with the sun. And the sun turned a different color. And I'm assuming that means it threw like a CME and turned it like an orange red. And people started being burned and, all kinds of wild skin diseases and zombification. And so I'm thinking that ties into what's going to happen with these aliens, like a CME. And the reason I think it's close is because they keep leaking all these stories and talking about this, right? Matter of fact, I haven't even done any alien stories. Go back and look at my page. I do them. There are alien stuff there, but what I've been doing is I've been waiting for. I like to wait now, cause everybody starts publishing a bunch of bullshit, and I don't want to, give my analysis. So I want to wait. I wait until I can look at, enough information over, a couple of months, maybe 6 months. I think the last time I talked about aliens was about 6 months ago, maybe longer. Because I really don't like to jump on a bandwagon, like all of that congressional UFO shit. I may have done something on that, but I'm not. That shit is a CIA operation. I'm giving you the real dope, right? The straight dope right here. You see? That they don't talk about, right? They're not talking about and connecting the dots in this way. So I'm just trying to give it to you straight. And then also tie it in biblically, because there's a biblical tie-in here, right? And so, to tie it in biblically, because this is a deep rabbit hole, right? We know that Hayat Mashiach was honest in what he said. Why he said it, I don't know. But we know he was telling the truth. We know that Trump, he told the truth about Trump. Why? Because what Trump did with the bill, right? To reveal UFOs through the Congress. So we know Hayat Mashiach told the truth about Donald Trump, and that Trump knows something. Not that it'll do Trump any good, I don't think. But he knows he got into that program for whatever reason, and he knows, and he wanted to reveal it for the faction that he works with. So, and what else do we know? We know that the bases are real. Like the dreams I've had about the bases, I know they're real now. Why? Because Hayat Mashiach verified it for me. That's a confirmation for me. The fact that right now Harvard comes out and says the bases are real, the aliens are here, probably in bases. Okay, I already knew that. But thanks for the confirmation, Mr. Ershad, and thank you from Harvard for confirming something I revealed 10 years ago through dreams. Thank you. Now, so I don't have to think that I'm crazy, right? If the head of, if Hayat Mashiach with his long resume and Harvard are saying the same thing I said 10 years ago in dreams, then I'm right. There's a base under New Jersey and many other bases. Now let's tie it into the Bible. What does the Bible say about this? If you read the prophecy of Ezra, probably the most relevant prophet in the Bible, I would say it once, I said it again. What did Ezra state? I'll bring it up. I'll wrap this on the prophecy, on Bible prophecy. Let's wrap on Bible prophecy. So this is, what you're seeing on your screen is an excerpt from the prophecy of Ezra. Now, Let's talk about that. Let's close on that. Let's close out. I'm going to close out on that. Ezra also, right, saw the future. And what did he see? He saw the end times and the Antichrist. And he saw many other things, right? He saw the judgments. He saw a fake white Jesus. He talks about the man turning water to wine, right? And then he comes down and says this. He says this right here. He says, he talks about water and wine, the man who turned water to wine, who says, I am the Son of God, who is real. This is put forth by the anti. He said, tell me the true form of this. And he went on to say, he describes a beast, a reptilian, some type of beast, right? Tall, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 feet tall, a beast, and who pretended to be Jesus Christ. You think that's a coincidence? That he describes the whole white Jesus phenomenon, but then describes a reptilian beast as his true form? Anyway, so then he goes on to say, he says, and he referenced Corinthians 15, he said the adversary, the Antichrist and his armies shall be high in outer darkness when he hears the prophecies, when the time comes, right, which is now, right? He wants to hide in outer space. And then he says, but then the heaven, earth, and the sea shall be destroyed. Then shall I, the Lord of hosts, burn heaven 80 cubits, and the earth 800 cubits. And the prophet Eadras said, and how has the heaven sinned? And God said, there is evil there. Ezra. He said, Ezra. He said, Ezra, he showed him, he said, I'm going to destroy the heavens. Right? I'm going to burn the whole heavens, and I'm going to burn the earth, Ezra. And Ezra said, why, Lord? Why, God? And he said, Ezra, there is evil. How is there evil in the heaven? Oh, that would be bases on Mars and the moon. You see? And he said, I'm going to burn them. Is it going to be literally fire? With the CMEs at a certain level, but the armies of the Lord of hosts are coming. And they're going to burn those bases on the moon and Mars. And he said, there is evil there, Ezra. And the prophet Ezra said, Lord, and the earth, how has the earth sinned? And he said, since the adversary, having heard the dreadful threatening, he shall be hidden. And even on account of this, I will melt the earth, and with it, the opponent of the race of men. You see? You see? He said, I shall melt the whole earth. What is he talking about? I had to destroy the underground bases. How did Ezra know that there were underground bases 2,000 years ago? Because it's right here. He was shown by an angel in the dream the future and the end times. The earth has to be destroyed. The moon bases, the Mars bases, Jupiter, wherever they found. This is the work of the Antichrist. The work of a non-humanoid entity who maybe can look human. These creatures in their rawest form stay human. Some of them are hybrid and burn in the sun. Some of their offspring. You see? It's right here in the Bible. It gets biblical real quick. But you got to know where to look and how to connect the dots. It's not crazy. And he says, right, I'm going to burn the whole earth. And the opponent of the race of men. See, he said these people, these creatures are your opponents of men, of the race of men. Man is a race. Meaning they're not of your kind. You're not supposed to mix with everybody. When he said the opponent of the race of men, what is he trying to tell you? What is Ezra trying to send a message out to you thousands, if not hundreds, if not thousands years in the future? These people are not like you. They are the opponent of the race of men. He goes on to say, he said, Lord, have mercy upon the race of the Christian. You see? Christian cannot be a religion. Christian is not a religion. It's a bloodline and a race of people, stupid. How do we know? It was told in the beginning by Ezra, people like Ezra, who was of the race of the Christians. He would have been considered an Israelite. You see? He was of the 12 tribes, of the bloodlines of the earth, organic bloodlines of the earth. You see? And he said, Lord, have mercy on the race of the Christians. Christian is a race. How do we know? It's written in the Bible, in the first books of the Bible. And they took that out and created a religion based on the Antichrist, reptilian creature, this fake Jesus with white Jesus all over the earth. That's the mark of the devil, the mark of the beast in Brazil and Colombia, all these places where they got these statues of this reptilian representation, these crosses, these wicked Antichrist crosses, right? And then he goes on, he says, I saw a dreadful darkness in a night that had no stars or moon. Right? He said, there was not young with old, nor brother with brother, nor mother with their child, nor wife with their husband. And I wept and I said, oh Lord God, have mercy on these sinners. You see? He saw people, everything ripped apart. People couldn't find their families. It was all destroyed. And he said, God have mercy on them. You see? He saw the Antichrist. Ezra saw the Antichrist ruling and raging on the earth, you see? And fighting with the Lord of hosts and men. Him and his armies. This is a battle. This is a war. Exodus 15, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. You don't understand? You can't connect the dots yet? I haven't done a good enough job. You should give us a thumbs up. Make a donation. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Right? This is good work here. It don't get no better than this, I don't think. I don't see nobody doing it like me. I'll probably only get 3 people that watch this. But I just gave you the secrets of the universe, of the end times, right? And some of the secrets of the universe. You would think somebody would cut me a check for $1 million. But I'm broke. You know what I mean? But I'm broke. But I'm rich. You see? But I'm rich in other ways, right? So, but anyway, I squeezed the juice out of that. I don't really think I need to say nothing else, right? It really ain't nothing else to say on that, right? So that's all I got.